Well, welcome to Goldbrook Tavern, a Legacy Steel and Sorcery podcast. This is episode number 5. We got myself, Mermax, and over here we got that guy, Dale 3. Look at that beard of his. Oh, it's gonna be
It's gonna
gone
be
in a
gone in
couple of hours.
unfortunately. Can't wait till episode 69, bro. How hype is that?
Episode 69. I can't wait till 420.
That's a
Speaking
lot
of
of
that,
episodes.
we just had 420.
Happy
Just
belated
had
420, all you stony baloney motherfuckers out there.
Happy Easter as well. Landed on Easter perfectly. What vape you got there, Dale? What's that?
This is orange pineapple punch, and I got a Hawaiian punch one too. And look at the back. Yeah.
How are they? Oh, is that the Raz?
Hashtag not sponsored, by the way.
Or were those Razes?
They're Razes, yeah.
How are they?
It's my first time with these. I was rocking the Michaels, and they're just a little too icy for me. Especially with my throat not doing so hot. I wanted to step it back to something a little more muted. Anyways,
yeah,
we're not talking about my fucking vape choice. We're talking about this beautiful game.
Yes, sir.
How much gaming have you done recently?
Hardly any.
I know,
brother.
Dude.
Hardly any.
Can't make that. Gotta make that change in May.
Oh, 100%. Oh no, we're gonna get back into it. We did just have a dev cast this week. It was on Tuesday, correct? It was Tuesday?
No, it was on Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
Today's Friday.
Today's Friday.
Silly bastard.
Today
is Friday, the 25th, my father's birthday.
What?
My dad's birthday. Yeah.
Nice. You talked to him today?
Yeah, I called him. Do we have way too many birthdays? We have the 11th, the 13th, the 17th, and the 25th, all in April.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we have 4 fucking birthdays. All of you? We have 4 birthdays in my family in April. It's bullshit. It's my depravity month. They want to make me poor. They wonder why they don't get like crazy presents because boy, you would literally make me broke, dude. Like, it's my brother, my sister, my niece, and my dad, all at the same time. April.
Oh man! So you usually go back home in like kind of around Easter, April time.
I mean, I try to. You know how it is. You know me and the family. I try to get, and I've been trying to get down more recently. My dad just got me a BC Rich Warlock. He found it in his garage or in his attic. I told you about that. It's apparently ready for pickup now, so I'll have a sweet ass electric guitar when I get back down there.
Oh yeah,
that'll be cool.
So, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah. Just speaking on the podcast, we did skip a week. I got really busy. I had kind of like just like Merm. My guard friends are like family to me, so I had like a family emergency that happened just before Easter weekend. And then that rolled into me being out of town, and Merm had a lot of stuff going on IRL, so we had to skip a week because it just wasn't going to work. And then this week I have to leave for work this weekend, so we're doing the podcast on Friday instead of Saturday. So hopefully we can iron out a smoother schedule moving forward. It's just tough, man. Like, real life gets in the way. I know I'm not only speaking for myself there. Merm feels it too, so
100%.
It'd be like that.
Life be life, and sometimes
100%. But yeah, the Debcast was pretty sick. We got to hear from Colin and Tess. Which I know for us, since we started early access, that's the first time we've heard from them in like an organized fashion. We got to talk to Colin during the playtest. They
were in the episode 5 of of their like Dev Talk series.
Yeah, but you didn't see that, neither did I, did you?
No, I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, since we started in early access, like, we didn't get to see them on that episode. So it was cool
Yeah.
getting to hear from him. We spoke to Colin before. He popped into our
Yeah.
VC during the playtest for the crypt map, which is really cool. And
Yep.
he's very cool to talk to. He's got a decent amount of insight. And I was drilling his ass, bro. As soon as he came in, I was like, "Oh baby, let me ask you some questions. I've been burning inside, you know." And I got the opportunity to raise my hand and ask a very open-ended ass question, but at least it pertained to the map design, you know.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions that just were, I guess, like always, like what I guess you would say is the mainstream questions people are going to ask is always about
Balance.
balancing,
Yeah.
you know? So there's a lot of balancing questions, not really so many questions on like the map design, which,
Yeah.
you know, Tess,
She works
and
on mobs specifically, it looks like. From
oh,
what
really?
so she does more of the encounters and all that for the mobs, where you're gonna encounter mobs, how that's gonna like pulling. We should have asked her about leash distance, because she probably is like one of the key people to talk about,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
because she was talking about in the dev cast, um, she was talking about like when her part with the map design is like thinking of like, you know, what's that lull area in
Mhm.
between like, you know, mob leash, you know, and like what areas would you want to PvP in, things like that. So yeah, it
Yeah,
did seem like that was her kind of avenue, dealing with mobs and where they're at in the map design. So
I think as a community as a whole, we could definitely do a little better of thinking about what shoes those devs specifically fill that week and ask better questions, because it would have been really cool to hear like a really thought out answer from Tess about why leashing changed, what their rationale was behind it. Because I know, at least for me, the change to mob aggro was kind of like a soft L. It wasn't like a, oh, this is absolutely horrible. But there's definitely some moments where I'm like, why is this mob still on me, bro? What the fuck? Or why am I aggroing this mob when he's like, you know, it feels like a football field away and he's like trying to run me down. And I feel like that leashing range and that aggro range is only going to get kind of worse in the crypts. I'm a little worried about that. But I guess we're going to really have to like play crypts to see it, because the playtest that us creator program folks and the wardens were invited to was it was kind of hard to tell, just because all the doors were open. The interact button wasn't it. They're working on something with the looting system, so the E button just was broken, so we couldn't open or close doors, so they just left them all open, and it was literally like getting run down in a Walmart after the zombie apocalypse. It was pretty brutal. Like, it was just so many deaths to PvE, bro, because the mobs and crypts, they hit pretty freaking hard, man. They hit really hard. Those big spiders are gnarly. They fuck you up. I don't know if you remember that.
in what?
In crypts in the new map.
Oh, like yeah.
They hit like a
The
dump truck.
big spiders,
Yeah, the big
bro.
ass red spiders. They fucking smack you.
Fucking, whenever I fucking saw a warrior, I'm not gonna say the exact amount of health or like kind of rough estimate, but it was a warrior.
We all had green gear on as well, just
Yeah,
for reference, for health
and
pools.
he got
Like,
uh
probably three-pieced by that fucking mob.
he got fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to like kind of figure that out. And that's a to be determined thing. It's just cool that the devs allow us the opportunity to not only try out, like get behind the wheel for a little bit and test some of this stuff out, but also like talk about it in a cool way. Um, that's pretty dope. And I wish it was open to to maybe a few more people, but that's out of my hands. But it is apparent that they're just trying to like get a test pool of players to like think about it critically and submit good feedback, right? Because if they
But
opened it up to everybody being able to test it out, they'd get a lot of people that would just be like, game sucks, can't wait till May. You know what I mean? Like, which is just not true. Like, I think Legacy is in a lull moment, like every extraction game, in a like really deep part of the season will be. Like, this will be maybe not player count wise, like right now, but like this will be kind of the norm. Like, look at Dark and Darker, look at Tarkov. 2.5 months into wipe, only the sweatiest of sweaty dudes are still playing if they have something to play for. Like in Dark and Darker, there's the leaderboard, right? And also just demigod in general. And in Tarkov, it's like once you get to Kappa, it's like, what are you doing? Pestily does like hardcore, is the hardcore series that keeps him playing for like a few more weeks, right? But after that, he's like, I've done everything I can this wipe. Like, I don't know what else to do. So it's just the nature of the beast of these kind of games.
yeah. Well, on the map, I mean, for the time that we did play it, which me personally, I felt like I didn't get like that much experience out of it. I may have came in a couple minutes late because of work. Um, but I mean, I was able to get maybe how many games did we get? Like maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
They were quick games.
I think I
too.
crashed out of like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or I died really
Well-
quickly when we were playing together.
It was kind of like I wasn't able to get the full experience, I feel like. But I will say, I do like the map design.
Yeah.
It looked well. There was a lot of verticality with it. And like, I just think it was good. There was the mobs, I mean, definitely did a little too much damage. Um, I don't think they'll probably be doing that much.
I think they will.
So,
They wanted this map
think
to be
they-
hard, but you won't be getting run
True.
down by as many mobs. And Tess
Yeah.
spoke about this. She said, "Oh, what's happening here? What's up, Sung? How you doing, man? Welcome to stream. We do a weekly podcast for the game. We just chat. Sometimes, well, a lot of times, we try to get on guests. But this week we're just doing a quick stream because I have to go out of town. And what's up, Gil? Thank you, man, for coming through. We're just chatting about the game, what we're excited about, and just thanks for coming by and checking it out. Sorry, man, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh. No, I just realized because like I crashed like a minute ago, it took me out of the shared stream.
Did it? Okay, hold on, let me get that fixed. But like you were saying, I might have to restart the stream together thing. A second to fix it. So you got like kind of the briefest, because you only did really get to play like 2 really solid games. I sent you another invite, by the way, and I'm gonna share the chat right now. It was kind of like it's tough, right? Because I feel like we also had green gear possible. They want us blue plus for that map. Yeah, I could see that as being the case, Gil, for sure, because the map is definitely like a step towards a harder direction. I can see that for sure. One of the big things that I know is a kind of probably a sore point for the devs is like balancing time frames for tests when like there's a huge bulk of players that are in EU, and then the rest I feel like are mostly NA East with a couple people in West and Central. So like getting a good combination between that where like EU players don't have to stay up till like the wee hours of the night and NA players can have like a decent time frame, it's tough. So like, when it's a 4 to 6 test, I luckily was able to gaslight my boss into letting me off an hour early, and I don't know how I made that happen, but I did, and that was like I got really lucky. But like for Merm, like he had to work late, so like he only got to play maybe 40 minutes of the test, which sucks. But I understand that it's like nigh impossible to get everybody involved. So hopefully that's just a low pop issue. And in May, when that big advertising push happens, like we're not going to have nearly as many of these issues. And I do feel for the EU homies because they do get the short end of the stick time wise because they're always having to adhere to like NA schedule, and that sucks. So hopefully that's something that can be addressed later down the road. But dude, yeah, like you were saying with the map design, I love the flow of the map. The map looks so cool, Crypts. I was really scared
Yeah.
that we were gonna be like in Crypts and Darker, and I was gonna be in like a 5 foot wide hallway getting my ass clapped by like 2 warriors. Um, I think the map is probably a little too hunter accessible. I know that's gonna be a people are gonna complain about that, man. They're gonna be like, Hunter's the strongest class in the game. It's easy to easy is the wrong word to use. It is quite you're quite capable of playing Hunter in Crips. It does not feel like it is a handicap class in that map, which I'm sure was a little bit intentional. But even Colin was saying they were really surprised at how many people were just playing Crips on Hunter and how well they were doing. Which I
Yeah,
think,
part
yeah,
of that was when he jumped in into like ours because it was you. We had what was Gil in there with us
no,
and
Gil was in
Beard.
another Bronze, Kawa, and they were playing with Strength Check, and then it was me, you, and then we were picking up randoms. So it was us
Yeah.
5 in there. But Bronze and I were streaming. We were both playing Hunter, right?
Oh, yeah, and y'all were talking about it with them, and both of y'all were saying, because you definitely expected hearing about this new map, the Crypt, that it's going to be really like tight, close corridors. You're thinking, all right, the hunter's going to be just absolutely screwed. But it was kind of it wasn't the opposite, but like hunters could play.
Oh yeah, easily,
So
easily.
it was
And
totally
Sentinel
not
Strike
what we
will
thought.
be super, super good in that map. Super,
Sentinel
super
strike.
good. Yeah, that's the big bird that goes through all the walls and all that. That's gonna
Oh yeah.
be really, really sick. So I'm.
What about
Go ahead.
the new ability
Thunder
in this
Arrow.
new map? In this map.
It's Sentinel Call is gonna be insane on that map. Yeah, and yeah, you were playing with Frank. Nice skill. Thunder Arrow. I honestly think kind of hard to tell. Like the use case for Thunder Arrow is like, oh, you want to like knock someone away, right? So I see Thunder Arrow intended to be used when people get on top of you, but what I saw Thunder Arrow used more for was poke damage because it did a lot of damage. Um, which I think damage wise right now it's a little too strong. And one of the things that I don't know if this is the intention of the devs, but we'll see in the future. There were some reworks of the way that the swiftness abilities worked, um, and I'm not sure if they're sticking with that, so I won't even like bring it up. Let's just say that like swiftness was getting changed for energy or mana, and I don't know where they're at on that, so I'm not even gonna like bring it up as a point. It just felt a little strange, but there's a lot of like experimental changes to classes in that playtest too that we weren't even like kind of told about, and we'll just have to wait until May until they because I feel like they're turning some knobs, and flicking some switches right now and trying to figure out where they want the game to be for the classes. So I'll let them keep cooking, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure Rogue didn't. I felt like Rogue got kind of done dirty in that play test because Rogue base Rogue is kind of booty with grapple
Yeah.
and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
That was my biggest pet peeve with that play test specifically was me playing, Phantom Veil, Visage, Rogue, like Sword Rogue. I couldn't do it. So like I went in there to PvP and obviously I didn't have too much time, so I
right?
had like about 40 minutes. and I couldn't PvP how I would normally PvP, so I didn't get like a good feel of like how my class is in it. But
Yeah,
I mean, all in all, I do like that there's already, a new map. I just think it's a healthy thing for the game, honestly.
absolutely. I'm excited to see
More
Greenwood
content.
Knight.
Oh man,
I
I
wonder if
know.
Greenwood Knight is going to be like a, hey, we're doing this. We're going to show you in the like cast or the meet the devs, but we're not going to bring it out until like mid-season because they're talking
Well,
about like new mobs and stuff populating that map, right? They talked about it in
I
the meet the devs on Thursday.
I think it's done. I'm not 100% sure. I was gonna say, is it gonna be in the May patch?
That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if it's going to be pushed back because I feel like they're really trying to get Crips down like really well. They want that to be the sweaty playground for all the chats, and they want to keep Greenwood like being very accessible and having some opportunity for PvP and stuff, but definitely being the more low speed kind of chill map.
They're they're gonna make Greenwood Night the Chad. Greenwood Day and Dungeon are gonna be for the what would you call a non-chat?
Well, in Tarkov, they're rats. The rats.
For the rats.
It's not
The
rats, but
dungeon.
like for the
The
newer
crypt.
players, dude, I'm so excited to see newer players come into the game. Because I think this
I
game,
know.
like, outside of
Rats,
you
man.
running into some guy like, you know, insert crazy sweaty dude, Rakan, Lich, the Swanifer, like all these guys that Papsy, Nero, all these like super sweats, right, of PvP. I can't wait for if they don't interact with them often, which is hopefully going to be the case. This game is really cool and accessible. I don't know if you remember your first times playing Dark and Darker with me, but man, how many times did we die to just PvE in Dark and Darker off rip because we were like, God,
Off
we
rip,
don't
dude.
we
You
don't
don't
know
know
like
it.
how much damage these mobs do or how to dodge them.
They'll
This
like
game is
fucking
like it's
hit you 4 times.
it doesn't
You're
have
done.
training wheels, but it's not. If you stay away from like the big POIs and stuff, you can kind of learn what your class does. It's pretty easy cruising, and as long as you're not getting Timmy like stomped on, right? Like it'll be a really cool new player experience, I think, without them even really trying. Plus, they've talked about Chris 2 weeks ago mentioned the whole Goldbrook being queuable with up to 15 players. That's hype. So, because
Oh
I
yeah.
would love to turn the channel into like, come hang out, come learn how to play the game. We're never going to be top 1% of the game, nor are we trying to be, but we just enjoy the game and we're fucking happy to like hold your hand along the way until you become the Chads that are clapping my cheeks. You know what I mean? If that happens, which I
Yeah.
don't mind. You know what I mean? I just want people to play. So fun. Wait, pause. That was a little sus.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like, oh,
Wait, I didn't mean it that way. But you get what I'm saying, right?
bruh.
Like, I can't wait for like the PV, like the RP kind of like moments between players and stuff. We need more players to be able to pull stuff like that off, right?
Oh yeah. 100%.
What are you most excited about in May?
The wizard.
Are you actually? I know you're gonna try Wizard, but you think you're actually gonna play it? Like
I'm
hardcore play it?
probably gonna hardcore go Phantom Dagger Rogue
Yeah.
and like just daggers and just be on top of wizards, dude. Like I'm just gonna be a wizard's like nightmare because I'm gonna get queued into a Goldbrook and it's gonna be me against 17 wizards,
He's
okay?
just gonna
And
be
they're all gonna
screaming at new
hit.
players. They're like, cool,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
I'm
cast
gonna be Timmy
spells.
stomping all the new wizards.
Don't be that guy,
They don't
bro.
know their abilities. They don't have their level. Oh wait, no, we're getting wiped. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're not
have.
gonna have your levels either.
Oh, I thought I
Wizard
was
versus
wizard
Rogue?
versus rogue.
I'm saying. I don't know. Like from the just little tiny bits yo, the first week is open season. Yeah, I mean, like
I
everybody's just gonna be grinding, but like freaking, it's just from what they talk about with Wiz, man. I don't know, man. I feel like Rogues are gonna have a really bad time fighting Wizzes, and then so are Warriors. I feel like. I think Priest is gonna be good against Wiz, and obviously Hunter.
Wiz is gonna have some sort of knockback.
I feel like
Like
they're just going to
close-range
have a lot
knockback.
of zoning tools. Like if you jump on top of them, you think a tiny little exploding bomb is going to be your worst nightmare. It's going to be wizard utility, dude. Wizard spells
Honestly,
dropping that hot fire flame on the ground. You're trying to backstab him, taking like half your health bar just to do a little bit of damage. You know what I mean?
I'm
That's
not gonna
what I
lie.
feel
I
like it's
could,
gonna happen.
I could honestly see myself the way that they explained Wizard. I could see myself switching from Rogue to Wizard, man.
Just for a while.
Just because they're saying that it's that glass cannon style, super like agile, like has
Yeah.
like evade like Rogue. You know, it costs less. Um, you have an invis on it, like
Paper
paper
body
body.
is what Sung is saying.
Man,
That's what, like 920 base health or something like that, even less, you know, like ooh.
just you look at just like two spears from a warrior,
Just dead.
you're just dead.
A strong wind just kills you. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if they're gonna have levitate tech like Priest does.
For some reason, I don't think so, but that would be.
Because like
I don't
realistically,
know.
right? Like, what is the lore reason for Priest having levitate tech? Because they can ascend. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they just seem like a spell user that has the ability to like levitate, right? Wouldn't a wizard be able to levitate too?
The thing is, bro, I don't like the feel of it though. Like, I wouldn't want to be quick and agile and like kind of feel floaty at the same
Bobbing in
time.
the air. I don't know, dude. Have you
Yeah,
seen
like
some of
I
these
don't want to
priests and their
be.
movement though? It's
Yeah,
nasty.
no, they're goaded, right? But like, I don't like the floaty feeling.
So I haven't played
So,
Mistfall, and we'll talk about that, Gil. What if he can't levitate, but he can use teleports? That was my big thing, Sung. I was like, because I'm a big D&D guy. I've been dungeon mastering for like 15 years. If I could get like a dimension door type spell or a misty step type spell, just on a long ass cooldown, right? Like, because we already know about the evade invis kind of thing that Wizard has. Well, through the little blurbs that Chris has shown or like given to us. Like if we could get like a misty step and a long cooldown, dude, that would be awesome. Because in that moment where the warriors are like running you down, you have no spells, and you can have one bailout, that would be really cool. But I'll take what I can get. I love wizard characters; they're like my go-to. But I didn't really like priest. It's just not my playstyle. So I'm excited for wizard to come out. You know this. I play like wizard and ranger in Dark and Darker. Those are my two main class. Well, bard, but he fits kind of both those, classes. So those class identities. But I'm excited. I want to know because they talked about this briefly. They were like, wizards are gonna find like components or spells or something to use in the world to be able to cast other spells. And I'm like, what in the hell does that mean? I'm so curious as to what that system will be. Like, are we gonna find like single-use tomes or scrolls to like cast a huge ass fireball or something? Like that would be super cool. And I think giving the classes something that they need to like venture around the map to gain as a resource, like hunters have swiftness shrines, right? Which is good. Priests, they have their shrines that they use to reset their spirit. Cool, I guess. Warriors are kind of the chests too, but that's like loot. I'm talking about like class utility, right? Warriors can break those statues for like horns and spears, and rogues have their rogue chests. I guess that's something because they can get shit, but it's like exploratory options. So like Wiz having something like that, I think is really cool. And if they split the loot up outside of Morthog a little more, and more fights happened away from that Morthog pit, I think Greenwood would be so much more fun. I just don't like Morthog PvP times 15 times for the night. You know what I mean? That gets really dull really fast.
Yeah. No, I can't wait for the Greenwood night. Whether they're talking about it,
It
it's not just
looks
gonna be like a version of Green Day or
yeah.
Green Day. Right. It's been a Green Day, I'll tell you that.
It's gonna be
Uh,
its whole separate map, which is really cool. And
yeah.
the art they've shown us is insane. Are you gonna be out of town for the Meet the Devs this week? No. So I'm gonna be here this week. I just once a month I go out of town for work on a weekend. Um, there will be a time in the summertime where I'll leave for 2 weeks, and we will show you Greenwood Night next week. Hell yes, we're so excited. Like, I just love
I can't
the
wait.
the graphical stuff you guys are doing with the game is really awesome. Song like the moon shafts versus in sun shafts. Sometimes you're staring up at the sun, and it's like blinded by the light, but the fact that that's in the game is like super cool. Definitely cooks my good old PC, but it's worth. It looks pretty, like Mr. Merm over here fighting on like 25 FPS.
I do what I can. I do what I can. I definitely need an upgrade that I'm not gonna get. So
Yeah, I feel like you guys are cooking with so much content for me that it's gonna be a blast. I'm super excited to see it because we're ready. We've
oh
been
yeah.
ready.
No, I can't wait. I just them talking about like, different. It's not just gonna be like a the regular Greenwood. Like it's gonna have not just like the same mobs, and it's not just like you're gonna have instead of wolves, you're just gonna have more white wolves. Like it's gonna be different mobs and stuff too. So
Yeah,
like I can't wait. I can't wait to see like if there's a possible like boss change, maybe.
that would be cool. Oh, the
Oh, the
trader is
trader is
here.
here.
I'm getting called out in chat. No, no, don't let him do it, kill. Well, I don't mind the trader. That's funny. Yeah, I'm super stoked. And I mean, even Drift. Oof. Dude. Freaking
The
okay.
baseball trader. Yeah. Yeah, me and Dale haven't even touched
Not even
Mistfall.
touch. Okay,
So
hear me
we
out.
aren't traders.
Good tiny segue into Mistfall, right? Everybody's really hyped in this game right now. It looks cool, right? Like it looks okay. I love Souls like games. Okay. I do not want a Souls like game in a 3v3 style PvP. I like the PvP of Souls games. I don't. It just doesn't look like something I'd be into. But I'm super happy for the people that have that playtest is like something to keep them occupied. Because I think one of the best things about gaming in 2025 is there's always something to try out, which is dope.
Oh,
Don't make me link the Gil Smash clip from last night. Link it, bro. Dude, Gil,
the
you're like
Ghost
one of the
Smash
only
clip?
people that runs fucking heroic leap, and it catches me off guard every time because you'll like jump behind me and it'll scare the shit out of me. I was like, oh my god, he's like he just jumped like 40 feet towards me. Like, what in the hell is that?
Oh, fuck.
What about you?
So,
What do you
Chris,
think?
you've been playing Warrior?
He has been, yeah. It's good. Look at other games and pull pieces from them and make your own if they work. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I think what was it? I was watching the Dorkest Hour now because Soma got
Oh, because of that.
relieved from his post at Iron Mace, so now he doesn't want to talk about Dark and Darker anymore. Which
Well, I
I
think he
feel that.
signed an NDA, so
Well, he doesn't want to like have a dark and darker podcast. That was the whole thing, right?
oh yeah.
He's like I don't play the game anymore. It's all good. Like, but they were talking about how like extraction, like looter games, like Tarkov has kind of been the gold standard despite its shortcomings, right? And for all the things that Tarkov has done bad, Tarkov has done a lot of things really well, and they keep people engaged in their game. So games like Dark and Darker, games like Legacy, games like Mistfall, games like Cycle the Frontier, like had to borrow some concepts. Even if like these games are fantasy based, they still have some of the concepts from full loop PvP systems like Tarkov. So it's like the Sir Isaac Newton quote. It's like I've only seen so far because I stood on the shoulders of giants, right? Like we're some of the people that
Favorite
came
quote.
before us. It is like legitimately one of my favorite quotes, and I probably misquoted the fuck out of it, but it's all good. You get the idea.
Yeah, no, that's your favorite quote, bro.
What does it mean? I can't find the clip. I just watched the clip. That's so unlucky.
What does it mean?
Gil was smashing, that's for sure. He got me a couple good times. I just logged in. Can you guys go back and talk about all the stuff you talked about since you started for me? Thanks. Rabid Warhound, that's why we clipped this bad boy and we posted to YouTube on Mermex's channel. So if you wanted to just go in and check out the last like 30 minutes, you check out the 30 minutes on the YouTube, brother. We'll make that happen for you. But yeah, I mean, what do you think about Mistfall? Have you seen some stuff on it? A lot of people have been playing it, like Satori and Lich and all them, Dave. Just trying it out.
I've been drowning in work and family. So like I took the day off today just to go, I mean, get, stuff done like the dog groomed, and then I went to my wife's school so she can do like the x-ray stuff on me. So
Gil, just
he's been busy.
Damn. I need to re-enable links. My bad, man. That's my auto mod. He tried to post something in my it's blocking the link because I have links disabled right now.
But yeah, no, I've been working so much.
So you haven't even seen Mistfall?
Nope. I remember like people talking about it. I think like I signed up for the playtest. I got an email on it. And I set it aside. I didn't do anything.
Gil says diabolical. White Oil Otter, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate you. And GG's, it was fun playing with you last night. And thank you, Sung, for giving us a little impromptu 2v2 deathmatch arena to play with. That was a lot of fun. So thank you so much for that. Just leaving the keys in the car like the cool uncle that he is, letting us ride down to the Circle K to ask a bum to buy us some beer when we were definitely of age to buy that beer, right?
100%.
The good old days. That's what it reminded me of. But yeah, I mean, dude, I'm just really excited for May. I know everybody's thinking probably the same thing that plays this game, but I just cannot wait for people to get their teeth into this title. Legacy's going to be really dope come this time around, and I mean, it's just crazy that we're here now. I was just looking for a random game on Steam to just like play for a little bit, and I figured $25 wasn't too bad. Drip, thank you so much for following. I appreciate you. Driplin, my bad. Thank you for the follow. And now we're just like, rocking out playing a game that I hope I can play for the next couple of years at least. Sung, thank you so much for the follow, man. What is something, all right, so let's steer it back towards Legacy a little bit more and more kind of toss a underhanded throw at you. What's something, because there's some changes coming to Rogue. What are some things that you think are like objectively need work from the balance perspective, class identity, that whole nine? And what are some things that you think the community at large is like a little too obsessed about? Because I feel like Rogue and Hunter are two classes that, and it's really every class. Everybody has something to say about each class that's like broken, nerf, needs fixing, where I think it could be just a skill issue versus being actually overpowered.
Yeah.
Rogue is getting a gun, bet me. Instead of poison darts, gun down in the streets, bro.
We just get a gat, bro. We just we got a fully automatic weapon.
Pull out the Mac 10, bro.
I got some axes and wands. Get good, brother.
Double barrel shotgun.
Honestly, just turn it into like GTA 6. We get
Yeah.
Legacy, Steel, and Sorcery before GTA 6.
Legacy,
All
Steel, and
right.
Sorcery RP. Right? Yeah.
We just RB, yeah, yeah. We all go to the Goldbrook.
Nah, nah.
The
MeWe, the AK-47, that's for hunters, okay? We can't let rogues be broken all by themselves.
No, no, no. Y'all still get bows and arrows.
No, no,
That way we
we
can
get that
wreck you.
other longbow. You know what I mean? That's the upgraded longbow. Goldbrook represent. Yes, sir. No, but
Yes,
seriously,
sir.
for rogue, like, what are some things you think are like pain points for the class that you think need fixes? I think Chris kind of put it last week that he's like, rogue's in a pretty good spot. They don't want to change it too much.
Yeah.
And he had the really funny meme with John Travolta, like the
Oh
where are
yeah.
the changes at? What's up, Nemo? How you doing, man?
See, I mean, it just goes to show they listen, brother. Because what have I been saying for the past like 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Rogues don't need no changes. Okay. I appreciate the follow, brothers. Um, yeah, no, rogues don't really need any changes. I think a big pain point is people
You
complain too
want
much
to?
about dagger rogues.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
not that insane. I swear. I
Very,
swear.
very underwhelming to play against. Like, yes, if they connect with you, it sucks, but like the same could be said for a lot of things, right? I agree. I'd rather
Sword
fight
rogue.
a dagger rogue 100% every time.
Yeah. Sword rogues are definitely a little bit impressive though. If anything, I know that they were talking about, which I don't know if they've done it already or not, but talked about reducing the like I think they said something about like the attack frame of the evade attack is like a three frame attack. I think they talked about maybe upping that so it's a little bit longer, which I'd be fine with honestly, because it is insane. You can get off 3 or 4. Can't believe you didn't mention
Me,
me.
we all know you're a sweat, okay? There's so many people to name in the sweat list, but I mean, come on. The only reason I didn't name you in the sweat list is because the last time we 1v1 in Greenwood, you ran away from me because I hit one elixir after you exhausted all of my other meds. So, you know, shots fired. I wanted to.
Someone ran away. That's crazy. I
I
would
had no
never run
meds.
away.
Neither did
I would
I. I was
just fight
literally
to the
pulling
death.
the last stack of meds I had in my pouch. And I was like, come back here. And I was like running at you, and I didn't have Cyclone. So, do we have thoughts on bringing Priest into line with other classes? Hunter and Warrior are enjoying the game. Rogue is getting their legs cut off. Yeah. I just think I don't know like how they would do it, right? Like I think Rogue is really good at doing one thing well. They're really good at getting on someone and then sticking on them. At least Sword Rogue, right? Sword Rogue is very good as like if they get that opening opportunity, like you pretty much die. But if you can't be afforded that opportunity or you're going up against a warrior, like you're just really fucked. I don't know how they fix that issue with Rogue. Like Rogue does Rogue things well, but isn't very. I would say, especially in threes, unless you're running like a super stompy comp, it's kind of hard to pull it off. Can't go through shields outside of Blade Rush. Poison Dart is the worst tool. Poison Dart is pretty underwhelming unless you're running the poison gear with it, right? And that's like the Dagger Rogue style. But then Paralyzing Dart is like a really unfun thing to play against, right? I agree with the 2 weapon thing though, Nemo. Warrior needs more weaknesses other than fucking loud. Okay, legitimately, we're gonna sidetrack here because I definitely want to say this. I think it's okay that warriors do have low TTK, right? Like if they get on top of you, if they earn that, then they should kind of murder you. But like I played and I was gear diffed a little bit. It's hard to tell with warrior like blue and above how geared they were. They were definitely blue or above, and I was in greens. I must have hit this dude with 20 medium bow shots, abilities, catching him with traps, doing all this stuff, right? And I was whittling him down and whittling him down. And then he reset halfway. He didn't even full reset his health. I reset my health. He almost killed me. We went back in. I made one mistake and then I was dead. And I was like, eh. Like sometimes it feels like warriors are just so beefy, unless it's like the damage scaling is out the crazy window and I'm in full purples with double nature, damage rings and nature damage on my bow, and my sentinel strike is popping you for 600 damage every time I cast it. Like then I feel like it can actually like kill a warrior. Dale got in one little fight and his mom got scared. Yeah, bro. But as long as warrior can press rampage twice and kill anyone they want, is trash. I actually have some hunter tech for avoiding rampage that works pretty well. I don't know about on rogue though. You guys are kind of on your own in that one. They have the most shielded pips. Only class of weapon swap. Warriors being the most tanky, most damaging, and some of the highest mobility and tons of ways to ignore methods. One of the... Yes, I agree. Another thing that I have seen with warriors is they have a lot of like extra tech with their attacks. Like they can jump attack, which requires no stamina, by the way, right? Like you could just jump attack, and like with axe out, like it's a leap forward, right? There's a lot of things that warriors can do when they're stammed out that feels like if they get on top of you and stam themselves, like they don't, if they're touching you, you're dead still, and they have no stam, right? Because they can stagger you hard as fuck, hit you hard as fuck, and do most of their things without using any stam cost, right? Like, is this like, think about this as a hunter. If I stam out, what am I going to do? Shoot you with my bow? I can't. You're going to stagger me through all my draw animations unless I'm running the Amber Thorn longbow or medium bow and I'm full drawn. I get one shot off on you. But on warrior, you can just smack, jump attacks, slam me to the ground, smack. Like, you know what I mean? Even rogue to a point. Sword rogue, you can just keep hitting me, right? Like, it's just, I feel like some of the melee classes, when they're stammed, if they're on top of you, like, they still win. So they don't feel as taken out of the fight as some of the classes do when they stam. If a priest stams, they're fucking dead, right? If a hunter stams, they're dead. Yeah, exactly. If a warrior stams out, they rampage, they jump attack you, they swap to their shield, they have like 9 shield damage that they can fucking pop. And it's like a full rage. And they're getting rage, right? So like you're hitting them, free rage every time. Like, what am I supposed to do to that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna break his block. You're not gonna let me sit there and hit you with like 3 full charge longbow shots because your stam's gonna be back by that point. So I just feel like those are some things that I think would take a little bit of the cheese out of warrior, and they would still be able to do like a lot of the really good things that they do. I don't know why we got on warrior so hard. It's the Nemo hate club. He's like, fuck warriors.
Warrior stamps.
And drip, yes. Healing elixirs, I think, are a problem. I brought up a concept for healing elixirs a while ago. I was like, it does kind of suck to be able to just chug, and then you just have full health. Like, you chug a stack of healing elixirs, you're mostly going to be full health, right? It's like 40%, I want to say, of your health pool. One of my things is like, maybe they can change healing elixirs to an uninterruptible heal over time. So give hunters a grapple arrow. Yeah, like Pathfinder from freaking Apex Legends, bro. Just have me zipping around. I'm super down for that. Fuck it. Give me more mobility options that doesn't revolve around Cyclone. I'm super down. That'd be fun as fuck. But yeah, like every other heal over time in the game is interruptible, right? Someone hits one of the blue pots, you can literally come around the corners, hit them, and they stop healing. Maybe elixirs, instead of full 40% health instantly, is just a non-interruptible version of that heal. It would feel a little weirder to play against because you'd be like, I just hit them, why are they still healing? Oh, they popped an elixir, right? Like, but it still would be a little more fair because you could burst through that heal over time.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be boop boop boop. All right, I'm full health. I'm fully like, especially
Good to
on
go.
warrior, because they just heal
Yeah.
elixir, heal elixir, heal elixir, stone skin rampage, and you're like, all right, like, what the fuck am I gonna do, bro? Like, I can't even put pressure on them when they're resetting because they reset fast as fuck. So that's a little, you know. What else do you think? They're definitely looking to gut a lot of the sword rogue power. It looks like, right?
How's up?
They had already said, a lot of the people in the playtest said that the evade attack was a little less range, and I think they're looking at how
Oh.
much the swords stagger.
See, I didn't really get that much with
Mhm.
it, honestly, with the time that I had, and
I think it is kind of hard on anything but the swift bow to fight a sword rogue.
a
A
lot
lot
less.
less. Okay, it's good to know.
And
I think I think the biggest thing that I don't like, it's not even really the evade attack. What it is for me when I'm fighting a sword rogue on medium bow or long bow, not on swift, because swift it has the easiest time dealing with rogues, right? It's like
yeah,
the hunter weapon to counter them. When I place a trap and you double evade through it and it doesn't bramble you, and then I can't roll through you because you're staggering me, and like I can't hit you to knock you back because you just like triple evade in my face, and you still have enough stamina to do whatever the fuck you want to do. That feels bad to me because it's like you were just green the entire way you ran at my face, and I couldn't use a skill shot to avoid that. The only thing I can do in that instance is have cyclone and jump away, right? Like, and I feel like that feels bad for the player receiving the attack, because like think about dagger rogue, right? um like dagger rogues still have those skills, but like their thing is so much more two-dimensional. But with a sword rogue, it's like I dash at you or I try to phantom dagger you, I miss, I'm running at you in a straight line, I'm trying to phantom dagger you again, even if I miss that second one, evade attack, I'm like in your face, and that whole time I can't hit you because you're iframed. Whereas my iframes on Hunter are some of the most broken shit in the world. Dagger Rogue is the most boring playstyle for everyone involved. Yeah, 100%. It's all about, can I hit you with my insane combo? No? Well, then I can't play the game. I'm going to reset my health.
yep.
Yeah, it's super boring. I really hope that they give Dagger Rogue some more tools. But I don't know how they do that and make it not an oppressive class. Archetype, right? Archetype of rogue. Because if you make or Dagger Rogue easier, you just give people a yeetus deletus button, and that fucking sucks for everybody involved. Skilled players having that, non-skilled players being able to delete players because they have it, right? Players fighting against it, it would just blow. I feel like Dagger Rogue is going to be one of those classes that a few specialists play really well, and then it's always going to be in the teetering kind of like balance of broken as fuck or underwhelming as hell. There's going to be no in between. It's kind of like it's the warlock of this game. Like Dark and Darker's warlock is the same way. It's either GG Giga Broken or dog shit booty tier, right? Like it's there's no in between for warlock. I feel like they've petitioned to let Tails chair speak. That's crazy. Hold on, I could probably get it to squeak for you. You know, but you get what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
Dagger Rogue needs to be changed and innovated on again. The current style it plays as is very boring. Well, and think about this though, Nemo. I think Dagger Rogue is going to have a lot easier time in Crypts and in Greenwood Night, right? Where you can't really see the rogue coming from a mile away. Like if I see that little goofy fucking purple hood running at me, like Naruto running at me, I'm like, oh hell no! Like,
Oh.
you know what I mean? I'm like, that's a Dagger Rogue, dude. Like, get out of here, shoo! You know, like,
Give me the third weapon of the rogue too. Let me see what that's all about.
I'm curious as to what that is.
Just give me the gat. Honestly.
Rogue is worse there. Well, Nemo, to be fair,
Oh,
Rogue didn't get to really shine because they had none of their tools. Wizard is just a lighthouse. Rabbit, think about priest, bro. One heaven's ward, and the whole map knows where you are. Even more so now because the whole map is dark, right? Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be insane. You're gonna be like, oh, there's the priest team. You know, like the glints off of Ranger are gonna be really distinct too. The only class that's really gonna, yeah, Warrior a little bit and Rogue for sure. Maybe Sword and Shield Priest might be able to pull off some sneaky stuff. We'll have to see. Less ways to interact with traps, less avenues to avoid rampage. Hunter Bird Strike covers the whole hallway.
Oh, are you talking about the Eagle Strike?
More AI, harder AI, so Dagger Rogues will suck there. Yeah, I can see that. The Bird Strike, Hunter Strike, or Sentinel Strike is pretty avoidable though for rogues. Like if they see it coming, you just double evade through it. You could just single evade through it if you time it right. But if you miss the timing, you just hit double evade. You're big chillin'. Oh yeah, well, all right. Sentinel's Call has had like a resurgence of use, and it is one of the most annoying fucking abilities to play against. As a hunter main, I refuse to put the chicken on. Full charge Sentinel Strike is avoidable. Sentinel Strike is avoidable no matter what. And here's a tip. If you guys can, this is hard, it's really in the Hunter v Hunter matchup. If you see the Hunter do that with the bird, the moment that they point their finger forward and the bird shows up, you can insta-tap the chicken. But you have to hit it as it's coming out. And it does the full amount of damage. But if the chicken spawns, it's GG. So you have to hit the bird in flight. If you hit the bird in flight, you completely disable that bird. So if you have the opportunity, definitely be doing that. But the fact that they can bring out two is like the biggest bullshit in the world. And it's like, nah, like if you get stagger chain, slow chain through that, it's GG. You're dying.
What am I missing here?
Sentinel Call.
What chicken?
Sentinel Call. The little bird that comes out and fights you. It's like,
yeah.
And it slows the fuck out of you and shit. The meme
fucking
are you
skill. Just calling it a chicken?
Everybody calls it a chicken, yeah.
Okay, I'm like, yo, I haven't seen a chicken. What? Hunters have chickens?
Yeah. Merm's behind the times, bro. Yeah, the chicken pet, bro. But yeah, if you guys are like, I think even a PD might be able to take it down. So something to think about. If you don't want to deal with the chicken, you see him, casting it, try to toss a PD at it real quick. You'll probably kill it off rip. Oh, I was wondering what chicken was too. Yeah, son. I called it chicken since Airly was playing. Yeah.
Yeah, I always make sure to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I miss Airly playing Legacy, man. I can't wait for May to see his freaking videos pop back up. That's gonna be a blast.
Come back to play when the big updates roll through.
Mm-hmm.
Time to wreck Trick.
Maybe he'll be rusty, bro. Yeah, he told me they'll be back for May. Hell yeah.
No.
Go fight Jiggy Spice. He will summon chickens on you. Oh yeah. Well, and I fought Dave when he was like running the chickens, and he was doing some unspeakable things to me, trapping me in corners and putting his chicken on me. Man. It was bad, bro. Whoa. Yeah, it was bad. What? It was really, really bad, bro.
What are we talking about? What?
Dude, what was this? Some of the fight clubs, man. Dave was disrespecting me with the chicken.
Oh, he was.
But medium bow does okay against the chicken too. So it's just a weird niche skill. It's one of those things where it's like, if you get caught by it, it's really, really hard to like deal with in a 1v1 scenario. God forbid it's like 2v1, you're dead. You're just gone. Because I don't know why, but it slows like way too much. You get, like when you get slowed by a hunter arrow in the legs.
Yeah.
It's like that amount of slow for that duration. It's like really feels bad.
Oh.
I'd like to see Swiftbow's combo feel smoother. How do you mean, Ravid?
Close combo.
Are you talking about like full charge, 3 lock on into like tag, 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 evade attack, move into lock on? Because it's pretty freaking. It's the smoothest out of all the bows.
I was going to say, I feel like Swift Bow is like the smoothest feeling.
See, but that's the thing, Rabbit. If you evade attack after the pause, you get an extra arrow, and then you can go right back into tap firing, and then go right back into a volley.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just have to evade attack after that, and you completely cancel out that whole pause animation.
Yep.
And you're like one of the most. I'm just whack. I get no. I'm just telling you, like, try it out, because I don't play a lot of Swiftbow, but when I have played, I do that to like. I think Swiftbow is like one of the fastest PvP grinders out of all the bows. Like Longbow can do big damage all at once, but the Swiftbow could just put it out so fast, and then you use Sentinel Strike on top of it. It's just dumping on PvE. So definitely give that a whirl, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. I feel like if you actually have aim on Swiftbow, it is one of the most pressuring bows in the entire roster. Medium bow is just, if I land enough consecutive shots on you, you die. But if you get away from one, you break that chain of stagger. It's like Swiftbow and Sentinel Strike kill everything. Yeah.
I want to see MeWe try to 1v1 me with a longbow. Like,
what do you mean? MeWe plays longbow.
She ain't never gonna be able to do it.
She plays longbow like all the time. What do you mean?
No, she will only 1v1 me with a swift bow or a medium bow. I swear, never a longbow.
The last few times I ran into MeWe, she was running longbow Cyclone.
Really?
Yeah.
Is a longbow. Were you in threes or just solos?
We were in solos.
Well, maybe it's making a return.
I mean, there's some players like Rakan's been playing that combo for literally ever. I don't think he's put down longbow Sentinel Cyclone. And I ran into him yesterday, and he reminded me how dog shit I am at Hunter.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he was like 3-piecing me up. It was disgusting. I was like, yes, thank you, sir. You're much better than me. Snow V. I think I've maybe seen that name like once. Maybe I'm just too dog to run into them all the time. Longbow Cyclone looks very fun, and I enjoy my fights with Rakan and Swan who use them. Yeah. Like, it's fun. I used to play it primarily, but then when I got caught on the low ground, I just felt like I was at a disadvantage because I was getting caught out. So I decided to move against it just to get better at like fighting warriors and rogues on the ground, which we all know it's not 100% success rate yet, but I think I do okay.
Yeah, nah, you do pretty good. Honestly,
grind.
I mean, especially in all those like the ones that we've done and stuff, like
we
usually end up on top.
All right, what else do we got to talk about? Any other points you got?
No, just don't change rogues. If anything, buff rogues.
I love Legacy a lot.
You can nerf all the other classes if you'd like.
Though anytime I fight warrior, I want to leave. Every class is their hard counter, right? I feel like it's kind of, I know the devs have been like, we don't really like rock, paper, scissors, but I kind of feel like it kind of exists. You know? Rogue versus warrior is legitimately like one of the hardest.
Warrior is a hard thing to fight in general. When they get geared.
Yeah.
They are just hard.
What other game modes would you like to see in Legacy, if any?
That's a good question. Honestly,
I want to see a raid mode. I've talked about this for guilds. I want to see like a really big boss with like MMO type mechanics that like a big team or a set of teams has to fight. That would be really sick as fuck. Like
a weekly raid.
Yeah. Like a raid lockout. And you get goated ass gear from doing it. And you can queue into it with your friends. Or you can random queue into it. It can be tied to guilds. It could be not tied to guilds. Also, arenas that are ranked and have a little better bones to them. I think the deathmatch system as it stands is very bare bones right now.
And just have fishing in the game.
Fishing mini game for my
Number one.
boy.
Number
You
one
know?
first. Number one first. Put that one above everything else. Fishing in the game for me, please.
When we're
Thank
waiting
you.
for fights at Borthog, just cast a line. You know what I mean? In the riverside,
I'll
like
just be
super
fishing.
down.
I'll get a I'll get, what are they called? Like the where you just play music like through your microphone?
What's that? Like a soundboard or like
Soundboard. Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna get a soundboard that it's just blaring country music, and it's gonna be
blaring
over
country
there.
music. Oh hell
Yep.
no.
Yep.
I'll be the other side of the map waiting for you to get done.
I know you will.
What if they allow fishing but have you equip the pole in your weapon hand? Trust me, Rabid, Merm
No,
would
I
be the
won't.
dude that would try to fight people with that fishing pole in his hand.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna whoop anybody's whole Adam Monk class.
Dude,
Let
double
the like
fishing poles is like a skin for sword rogue. Yeah.
yo. Yeah, that's perfect.
When he
That's
throws on his
perfect.
iron grip and it plays Get Over Here, that's actually funny. That's hilarious. Butt whooper. I've definitely seen that name before. I've definitely seen that
What is
guy.
it?
He has a like soundboard. When he chains people, he plays like the "Get Over Here," like the Scorpion
Oh.
voice line. Oh shit, cheap viewers.
Oh shit. How
Oh
much is
shit.
cheap though?
That's what I'm saying. How deep do I have to reach in these pockets for
Why
these
don't you
viewers, bro?
ever give me a price? Like, honestly.
That's asking for more work than just adding fishing. Now you need whole animation sets. Yeah. I mean, memes for sure. But like, if I had to, like, the raid system, I think would be really cool. Ranked arenas would be really cool. Duos, I think if the player base would support it, duos would be pretty lit. I feel like a lot of these type of games, like I know when Merm and I played Dark and Darker, we played primarily duos. We didn't really play trios very often. The games are definitely designed for trios and they feel very fun in trios, but sometimes you just don't have that third homie to play with. You just got one dude that wants to grind the game with you, and I think duos would go super hard in this game. I'm excited for the TDM tomorrow. The castle map should be fun. Yeah, dude, I'm out of town for work, so rub it in my face, Nemo. Rub it in my face, bro. I'm so sad. I was like, oh yeah, dope reveal for the Meet the Devs this week, and I have to go out of town. Fuck. It'll be back eventually again, so it's all good. It's all good.
No, it's actually a one-time event, never to happen
Yeah,
ever again. No one
there,
will ever see that map. It's a one and done.
there's a bug in the castle map, and it's a one-time release, and then you just scrap it, and I never get to play it ever again. It's all good.
Yep.
Real life comes first sometimes, you know? It's unfortunate. What are some modes you want to see outside of fishing? This is a FOMO event? Yeah. For real.
I think my biggest one, other than fishing, obviously, is is that like guild come out with the guild hall, allow the guild to do like a weekly raid lockout and just have like a boss with insane mechanics, um and really have a guild raid, like have that guild hall for trying to help guildies get gear, and you're all like, all right, we all got purple sets, let's get in this 20-man raid, or maybe it's a 10-man raid.
Can you
I
imagine
don't think it's
going to Goldbrook in the 15-man lobbies, being like, yo, let me inspect your gear real quick? You know what I mean? Like WoW style. Like, do you have the eye level to join this freaking raid
yeah,
team, dude? Yo, let me peep your
or
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, or they could just do like a thing, like, and to get around that stuff, like you have to come in to the raid like with
A
at
certain
least
type of
like this.
gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they could. I mean, I would just love to see it. I think that would just be sick.
Oh yeah. No,
Um,
that would be really dope.
trying to think what else. That's the main modes. I mean, like this game is gonna have like a kind of the extraction mode, right? And that's gonna be the biggest. Like my personal opinion on this, and this is I think been a point of contention in the Tarkov community, is I don't want like a deathmatch arena style mode to take place in the main game. I don't want Tarkov Arena to be the way that you grind your character level. I think that was a misstep. I think it still keeps certain people playing the game, but it feels bad for the people that grind the base game. And I think things taking away from the base game is not a good move. I think limited time events like a raid lockout or like an arena weekend or something is dope, but then people come back to the main game, right?
Yeah.
You think the arena mode is going to give the game the most concurrent players though? Yeah, exactly. I agree, but I think they need to still be limited events in some ways. Like maybe there's seasons to like the arena mode where you have like three, like almost like how League does splits, but not for as long, where you'll have ranked arenas from the first week to the third week of the month, and then a month break, and then another run in the first to the third week. You get what I'm saying? Like there'll be a set time frame, but I feel like the base game needs to shine in between, right? You need a mythic key rating of 3600. Team with me. Sorry, Bucko. Yeah. Capture the flag, Warsong
Gold
Gulch.
style, baby.
That'd be kind of fun. Like for the Mimi like death matches and stuff, I'd be super down to see shit like that.
Dude,
For sure.
you would see like fucking warriors being the FC running with a priest right behind them. And you'll have like the rogues going out to kill the EFC.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Every time I hear the slow animation in Legacy, though, it reminds me of that one sound. Is it kidney? What's the sound that sounds really similar to it in the Rogue kit in World of Warcraft?
What?
It's like the incapacitate ability. I'm not a WoW player, boys. Just I'm like barely a
which
WoW ability.
one? Are you talking about SAP right now?
It might be SAP. Yeah, I think it's SAP.
Where I'm like, are you talking about from like in WoW, your stealth? You can remain stealth
It
and
might be
just
SAP.
incapacitate them.
Yeah,
And then you can do it again and do it again
which is crazy.
and do it again.
Which is
And
crazy.
then after the fourth time, it's completely done and you're DR'd from it. So you have to go ahead and
You have to actually play the game as intended. Smile. Fucking rogue.
No,
players.
you could always blind and reset.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It might be SAP. I just get like Vietnam flashbacks of the Warsong Gulch shit where I'm like trying to fucking send a flag into the base and then I just get shit on by a rogue. That's
The
just
first snap is like 8 seconds, bro.
disgusting. I'm so glad that even though hard CC exists in this game, it's not that bad. Because I feel like this game would be unplayable with like true MMO hard CC. But I do like the idea of a little bit of DR getting worked into the game. For staggers especially. And maybe for the secondary priest stun. Or like double priest stuns on top of you. The hardest CC is Sword Rogue. Yeah, but they're already looking to change that, I think. So I think that's not going to be as much of an issue in the future. I think a big thing is like the combo between like knockdown and warrior on top of like the priest stuns. Medium bow stagger, like I'm sorry, medium bow stagger is too much. I am too crutched on medium bow stagger. Like I can hit my shots, but the fact that I'm staggering you and like stunning you into the wall, like it takes so much agency out of your hands, and I don't think that should ever be the case in PvP, with the exception of split scenarios where you can get burst off. Like I think that's how CC should be. Split scenarios to get burst so that you can get the edge in a fight. It shouldn't be I CC'd you, GG. And that's how Priest can feel sometimes. And that's pretty lame. I think it was Rabid was talking about way earlier. Like, what are some ideas to get, or like, do you think they should get Priests in line with the other classes? I think Priest specifically is one of those classes where if you have someone it wasn't you, it was someone else though. If you have someone really good behind the wheel, that class is oppressive as fuck. But if you are fighting someone equally as skilled or more skilled than you are, it can be a very underwhelming class. But they kind of talked about that. Chris was like, we want priests to be very much like accessible, very easy to pick up. It has a high skill ceiling and a low skill floor. And I think that was just kind of the design of the class and just to start. And if you brought priest up any higher than it is now, I feel like the guys that are like aggressively mediocre to goaded at the class will just completely demolish everyone else in the game. Because priest still has some of the best damage mitigation, the best sustain in the game, as well as the best movement. So you and some of the best damage burst potential with sparks. So if you buff that anymore, you create just this monster Godzilla class that will just absolutely eat people's booty cheeks up. So I would be really hesitant to buff priest right now, just because of that. Because there are moments where priest shines, no pun intended, like way too hard. And it feels like for like priest shines the best, I feel like, when you're dodging other stuns. Like one of my least favorite comps to go up against is like priest warrior rogue. The rogue has phantom dagger, so I'm dodging phantom daggers. I'm trying to trap and dodge, like, you know, charges and spears. And as well, I have this priest freaking hovering above me, full bubbled, and he's trying to like drop fucking stuns on me. And it's just like, which piece of CC is going to force me to stagger out first? And then they're going to kill me, right? Like, it feels like very unplayable when you get run down by that combo, especially. Like, it's my least thing to like see, least favorite thing to see. I'm just like, oh, I'm about to have the worst time in the world, right? As a hunter, because I only have 3 rolls, 4 rolls if you have like double stam rings with some extra like maybe stam regen plus stam foods on, which is a lot of stamina just to get a 4th roll when you could be getting like nature damage or fire damage or physical damage or anything else.
Something that you'll pretty much almost never do.
I think Squeaky Frank like almost exclusively runs enough stam to have the 4th roll. He runs like
really?
double stam foods and double stam rings, if I'm not mistaken.
Rogues could kidney, punch, sap, when cloaked, and some other things. I never liked them. Which game are we talking about here?
Legacy, Steel, and Sorcery, champ. Welcome back to the stream, brother man. You know champ.
It's a champ.
And Clover followed me a while ago. Legacy, Steel, and Sorcery is cool, champ. Like, it has the looter extractor kind of stuff that Tarkov does, but the kind of like MMO style PvP that like WoW players would really love. So you would probably like the game. It's in a little bit of a downturn right now, player base wise, because there's a huge patch coming out in May, and everybody's just kind of waiting. So definitely very fun game. Merm and I got invited to be part of the creator program. We've been doing like podcasts and some videos and streams, and we've been having a blast. So definitely fun.
Oh yeah. Good community too.
Super dope community. Probably the best part of it for now. I'm gonna hold my breath because I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of. I've been playing Starship Troopers, the new Space Marine, Helldivers 2. New World was beautiful, but I lost motivation. So imagine the cool PvP in New World, but just focus on the PvP, not the MMO. That's kind of like what Legacy is. Just PvP all day, baby. When there's players in the map, obviously, but you know. But definitely a lot of fun. Yeah. 2 phone games, Tectus, and a Weeb game that I won't discuss. I hear you. We all have those games. I used to have a Steam community showcase for it. I think that's all we got for the May patch. Any other last thoughts, Mr. Merm? And if any of you guys have extra questions, man, shoot them to us. We're more than happy to answer.
Jumping back on the crypt map, the new map though. I do think the lighting was actually like really like done really well,
Yeah.
and like it is not like what I thought at all it was gonna be. I am excited to see that map come out.
I am too. In a more, how do I say this? In a more holistic fashion, right? Like it was very much we got to play a rough draft, which was great for exposure. We got to like experience the flow of the map, the look of the map, like the art style like you were talking about. When we can actually play the map for real, I think everybody's gonna have a great fucking time on that map. It's gonna be a nice breath of fresh air that isn't thank you. That isn't an open football field like Greenwood is, right? So,
Yeah.
oh yeah. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. It's about the time that we said we would wrap her up. If anybody has any last minute
Any
questions, let's see. What other games are you both playing? I've dabbled a little bit in Dark and Darker for the new wipe, and then Counter Strike. Counter Strike's my like, it's my Captain Crunch, bro. I'm always going back to Counter Strike. So, thanks for the stream, boys. Thank you, Rabbit, for coming through, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We appreciate everybody for coming through to check out the pod. And if anybody did miss the first little bits or any of the bits, this will be uploaded to YouTube.
Yep.
I will have it up. Well, we'll have it up probably tomorrow. I'll clip it down tonight and send it to Merm, and then he'll put up a little goofy thumbnail like he always does, and then we'll have it up. So, and we'll post it in the Legacy Discord when we hit it up on YouTube. So, next week, hopefully, we get a guest because we'll have Greenwood Night to talk about. Maybe we rope one of the homies in here, get somebody on. This is our first non-guest week technically, so. But we just, yeah, sung.
I'm over here, big dog. But,
more than happy to have anybody, honestly. Like, you know, bring Kevy on. Yeah,
Kevy.
As a wild card. I talk to Kevy every once in a while. He pops in once in a blue moon if I'm in my other Discord and there's not a lot of people on. So it's
been a little while.
Yeah, he's busy with life. He took a bigger position in his job and needed to lock in IRL. You know, we played Overwatch a while ago. Yeah, for real. But yeah, so super excited for May. Super excited for the stuff that the devs get to show us. I love the transparency. That's one of the biggest things I've enjoyed about the Meet the Devs. Being a part of the Discord community is the devs are always like excited. You can just like, it's so fun to watch like the Meet the Devs go on and you see all the like notorious staff like in the chat watching the Meet the Devs going, yo, I'm so excited to show you guys this and this and that. You know what I mean? Like you see the little blue names and it's awesome, dude. Like I love how much passion this dev team has for the game. And I just can't wait to play in their little sandbox, their little toy box, bro. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh yeah.
So definitely stoked. But with that, probably gonna wrap up for the night. I told Genji, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is crazy. But definitely sounds like something you would say, champ.
That banta.
All right, boys.
No.
Thanks for coming through tonight.
This is a good episode. Appreciate everybody. Again, son, if you are here. So. But hey, what a guest, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace. Y'all have a good night.
See you streams.